Hi everybody. Welcome once again to our Low on Health Rambling, where I kind of go over what I've been doing last past day or so. Actually been kind of busy recently this weekend here, with it being basically April 18th, 2010, which is a Sunday. Saturday and Sunday I've actually spent doing stuff, going out a little bit, driving around. So first I want to mention on Saturday, basically my stepmom, my half-sister were in town, and basically I was like, hey, usually I do like a lunch or a dinner with them. I decided, hey, I usually don't do breakfast with them, or honestly, I'm usually not awake for breakfast time, but because, as I mentioned a million times, my sleep schedule is entirely off, I was like, hey, whatever, you guys want to do breakfast or something? And they're like, sure. So Saturday morning, I picked up my other sister, the middle sister, who's like 20-something, picked her up at like 7 a.m., and then basically drove out to my step-grandparents out in Tampa, kind of by USF, off of Sly. Went there for breakfast, which was kind of cool. Basically, we went out there, saw Mackenzie and Dawn, had a nice little breakfast that her parents made. Really cool. I mean, I haven't had pancakes and bacon like actual breakfast wise for like probably over like a year or two. I can't even remember last time I actually had like a breakfast, which was really nice. We caught up with them, and ironically, basically the day before on Thursday, I was actually cleaning up my garage, which I haven't cleaned out my garage in forever. Like, I had to break down boxes and stuff, and there were some boxes that were easily over a year old that I haven't gotten to. So I was actually cleaning out the garage, and I found like a nice chunk of Malibu tokens, the arcade tokens. I'm like, hey, I was about to throw them out, but then I realized, hey, I'm actually gonna be going to Tampa this weekend and actually driving past there. So actually, when I left my step mom's parents' place, me and my other sister, basically we went to Malibu Grand Prix, or Grand Prix as it is now, which is kind of like an arcade go-kart area in Tampa, and actually went there and did some arcading, and she actually took some pictures of me playing the arcade games. Let me bring these up real quick. This is basically like the Drum Mania game, which I gave a shot because I usually play the drums in the Rock Band. Interesting thing with this, basically it's the Konami game, and I really don't like how they do the drums in here. It's not necessarily more difficult, it's just a little bit more confusing. I guess I'm just used to the Rock Band. And then, of course, I played DDR on the good old DDR machine, which is, used to be my staple. I used to go to this arcade every Friday and Saturday night back in the day, and this is actually the arcade I did my tournament at. This is me playing Afronova, which is one of my more favorite freestyle songs. And the pictures are kind of blurry just because I was moving so fast. And here's another one. Let me see if I can get this rotated right. This is me doing like kind of like my usual body spin for Afronova. I know it's kind of messed up there. But it was kind of fun, actually, to kind of visit the arcade. I haven't been there in a long time. It was kind of fun. I had almost like over $5 worth of tokens, and it was kind of cool to actually kind of use them. What else happened recently? So yeah, so that happened on Saturday, and then today on Sunday, there was this "How's It Going" dinner, which is basically kind of a bunch of us getting together, mostly ex-Anime Nation people, getting together and just talking. It was kind of cool. I put it up on Facebook, We had a good almost about a dozen people show up, and it was kind of cool. Me and Darren actually carpooled because he lives out kind of out of the way in Pasco, which was kind of cool. We met up, and I drove the rest of the way to save on gas and whatnot. And to kill time real quick, we went to Best Buy, which was down in kind of Clearwater-ish area. And at Best Buy, they actually had the iPad, out for demoing, and it was kind of cool to kind of play with it, to give it a touch and whatnot. And Darren actually brought up Low on Health on the iPad, and we actually linked that to my YouTube page, and was streaming the video on the iPad at Best Buy, which was kind of cool. But then we got to Sonnys, and a bunch of people there, and had a good time catching up with everybody. And even cooler is that basically that Jeff and Felina, the people that did the Rock Band event earlier this year, they're going to do another one next month, which a bunch of us will probably go out to too. It was kind of cool, kind of meeting up with everybody, talking with them, catching up. It's nice to see everybody. Like I said, kind of just my social event of the month is kind of going out these 2 weekends. It was really cool too, actually, to kill time too. I stopped by the pet store to kind of look at the kitties and whatnot, and they actually had a cat that kind of looks just like Rufus here. Oh, look at him, nice little black cat. There's a poor little black cat up for adoption. I was like, oh, looks just like Rufus. So it was sad, but other than that, it was just kind of a really interesting day going out. Basically, really kind of tired, basically, as my sleep schedule and just going out and doing stuff. It's basically kind of drained me. And ironically, at Sonnys, because I'm just gonna ramble on as I do, I ordered the meal and kind of ate half of the meal and left like the sandwich itself. I just had the fries, and of course I was drinking too much there. I kind of went through like probably 4 or 5 Dr. Peppers, and because of just how when I went to the bathroom and then we left, I forgot to get my food. So ironically, I didn't really eat that much. ironically. So I ate just the fries and was going to save the sandwich, and then ironically, by the time I went back in the restaurant, the table was cleared and my sandwich got thrown away. So yay, that was a good waste of time. But I enjoyed meeting everybody, and it was fun talking to everybody. It was a good, nice little get-together. But moving on to some other things, I've been watching other things here and there, but I'll mention them later on in the week. So I'm actually really tired right now. I'm going to take a nap, but I just want to bang and get this video out of the way, which I'll probably edit later on tonight. Game FAQs, do a couple of their polls real quick. Basically, which system was the last game you played on? And of course, for me, recently it was Xbox 360. Let's see what we got here. Xbox 360 in the lead, the PS3, and then the DS, which is kind of interesting. Their next poll of the day was, have you ever bought a game through Steam? And no, I haven't. Me personally, haven't done a game through Steam. Ironically, no, I don't really play PC games on. That's kind of really interesting from Game FAQs. In which case, it's really interesting how the polls go here, because it doesn't seem like a lot of people actually game. Is usually the majority of these polls. Like, a lot of people don't do console games, a lot of people don't do PC games. Really weird. The next poll was, if you have to pick a number between 1 and 10, what do you pick? I actually picked 7, and ironically 7 is the most anticipated one. I don't know if it's because of Lucky 7. I'm just going to say it's because of Final Fantasy 7, but whatever. Moving on to Gamefly here. Gamefly, they shipped me Halo 3 ODST and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which is a PSP game. And actually, I reported that the Renaissance of Fate was missing to Gamefly, and they said, okay, no problem. They took it out of my queue, and they actually opened it up. They didn't bother, just looking into it. They're like, okay, whatever. They'll take my word for it, which was kind of cool. And ironically, yesterday, they got it back too. It just took about a week for them to get the game back, so that's good. The game didn't get lost in the mail. Everybody's happy. And they shipped me Halo and Monster Hunter. I gave Monster Hunter a little play. Not my really cup of tea. I'll probably be sending that back. But it was nice to actually play a Monster Hunter game. I haven't played one before. But now I know what it's like. It's really not my type of game. I'll probably do a little review up on later. And of course, Halo 3 ODST I got for the beta, for the Reach beta, which is coming out soon. And I actually kind of play some Firefight, which is their kind of Horde Waves mode. In which case, the other night I played with 2 other friends. We were playing that. And it was really fun to play Firefight and go against the bosses. And as we were talking at the lunch/dinner earlier today, we mentioned, hey, this and that, and a couple people were like, oh yeah, I'll do it too. So hopefully later on tonight, after I take my nap, we'll probably all get together and do some Firefight tonight and have some fun and maybe get some achievements. But other than that, it's really about it. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.